Welcome to episode 6 of the podcast. I'm here with Marcus Yew. A bit of background, did I say it correctly? Is it you?
Yes, you.
Marcus Yew. So guys, a bit of background on Marcus is when our team was growing, we needed someone who was good at media. So we found Marcus. His work is great. He works extremely well with us. And thank you for being on here today. Really appreciate that.
You're lucky to have me.
Cut. Not cool.
Yeah,
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
Marcus is usually quite that arrogant, and he's quite genuine about it too. So.
Yeah.
Marcus, man, it's not a good look for you.
No. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Come a bit closer.
Closer. All right.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful. So, Marcus, give us a bit of your background. Now, you're telling me that you're passionate in media, video, specifically. Give me your background. Where did you first pick it up?
So, at the moment, my ambition is kind of like in film. I really love movies. Just storytelling and just the craft. That collaborative art form of like people coming together and just bringing this idea. So, I kind of always wanted to go into film. I still want to go into film. Where it started. So my parents were always in like IT, so I always like was around computers. Like computers was just as a kid, even at 3, I already had like an old Windows 98 computer I was just messing around with. So eventually I kind of got into I discovered YouTube, and I was like, what was the thing I was like you were into when you're primary school kids, like Lego and all that stuff, right? So I was like, oh, Lego, it's time on YouTube, and I saw what these like people making animations for me, but I didn't know it was animation. I was like, what the heck? Wow. What was this like magic stuff, Yeah. And I kind of finally got into it. I discovered how it was made. I started doing my own ones, and then I started telling stories. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. So I kind of keep going, and then eventually, you grow up. But I still like that little high you get when you make something, and you're like, is this like my baby? I'm proud of this. I came out with this in my own head, and then so I kind of still foster that into more of like me grabbing the camera, just shooting with some friends, and then I kind of taught everything myself just out of necessity, and I love it. I love doing, I'm always like teaching you stuff. Nathan's in the office, so eventually then hobby becomes like, what do I really want to do? My passion was really just making films, so I'm like, all right, get into that, and then became like more realistic, like how am I really gonna make money? So I kind of, I did the similar thing that you guys were doing. Like, you made that one video and you just kind of send it to people and like, hey, this is my video. So I did that as well. I had like a few videos. I even sent my like high school, the year level video, and it was like so rubbish.
Did you make that?
I made that, and I still sent that to everyone. Like, hey,
did you volunteer to?
I volunteered
to like make it,
because like I had to be part of it.
Yeah.
So I was sending that around to people. I'm like, hey, look at it. It's just rubbish.
Do you still have that video?
It actually got next time.
Next time.
Out of all the year levels though, it actually got like 4K views or something.
Oh, nice.
So, So anyway, got into that.
Yeah.
Just I did miss a part where throughout most of high school I joined the church media team, so that's when I actually start learning more of the professional practices, so live TV stuff that surprisingly a lot of people in my industry, like videographers, still don't know. So I learned that stuff.
So what was that like? Was that very hard to?
It was a bit daunting.
At the start?
They chuck you in front of a church congregation with a camera, and they're like, don't screw up for an hour in front of 300-400 people.
Oh wow.
But it kind of I kind of got desensitized to that, and it kind of really helped me really kind of disciplined me. It's like martial arts in a way. So it's like disciplined me in like camera work and just like cause
what do you say is the hardest thing for like someone trying to become a professional in the field? What's the hardest?
I think I've always thought about this. This always passes my mind, but I think the accessibility of technology has really made anyone able to access it, which is great. It means that anyone can just pick up a camera these days. I mean, look at our cameras, really tiny cameras now.
Yeah.
You guys just picked up a camera and start shooting.
Yeah.
But things that I think because now people don't go through the formal training that I was lucky to even receive from somebody with more knowledge than me. I think quality doesn't really actually go up. So it's like, there's still like, so I still sometimes talk to like people like, oh, hey, I'm also a videographer. Check out my work. And I see it and I'm like, not gonna lie, it's a little bit like, it's kind of hot garbage.
Yeah.
But like, I can see where but it's like, because, you know, yeah, there's like not really formal training. And I mean, you don't need to go to school for this, but I think like everyone, like even on YouTube, there's like a lot of people I sometimes watch, I'll be like, I don't know if you're a viable source of like to be giving people a tutorial.
So what's your like, I guess, what do you think was the most crucial training you had that, I guess, helped you with your
training?
Yeah, with your skill. Was it only church or was it?
It was mostly church, yes. So TV, like the TV kind of industry is really, camera work is just really tough. So that's where I got the discipline from.
Okay.
But then when I started branching out, I then got hired into a studio with like people who are actually in film, and I was like doing weddings and all that, and I thought I was like I was best because because everyone said I was good. Yeah. But then like still when people are like telling me you need to keep your camera still, this shot's not great, this is wobbly, your shots are too short. I think it's just taking criticism
has been hard.
Hard. And also like just personally, just not relying too much on my equipment, just I think for me it was more important to be a great cinematographer, a great editor, instead of focusing on I need the best cameras, and because like I've been using an older, smaller camera for quite a while, and I was actually making stuff for like I was kind of a bit in like the Facebook marketing with like different. I was working for a food blog that was popping a fair bit in Melbourne for a bit, and I was doing content on my small Canon camera.
Everything good? Yeah.
Small Canon camera, and like it kind of just opened my eyes. Like I didn't really need a new camera. I kind of only started getting into it when I realized, okay, this camera is actually getting pretty old. So, so for me, it was always important to just really just let other people rip into you. It's like, this is not good. You need to be better at this. I'm grateful that I found people that were able to just like tell me I was not actually critical. Yeah. And then also just me for my personal upscaling to like, also just constantly be like, I can't be complacent. Yeah. I need to always like so when in office you guys are like, oh hey, this is a great video. I'm like, not really. I don't like it personally. Like that's not me being like an asshole. It's just me being. I know it's okay. I know it's at a standard that all parties will be happy. But for me personally, I need to get better. Yeah. This is great. I can't stay like that doing. I need to make like my quality needs to be better. So for me, it's personal upscaling and just getting people to criticize me. Yeah, because
I think that's also really hard on even on us, because like I think I'm the same in that I'm never happy with anything I make. I always feel like it should be better. It could be better. It's just one of those things that, but one of those sort of things I learned is you shouldn't let that hold you back. You should use that to your advantage and apply it as you sort of develop. Yeah. That's something that's that I guess like Julian's had to actually show me a lot, because he's me and him are a bit different. We don't really. I'm more of that media technical side. He's like more of like the sales. So I guess he sees it from a different perspective.
Which is what you need in business too. You need that.
What's the story of how we met, I guess?
How we met?
I think everyone's a bit sort of curious about that.
I'll go. So one day I decided to start a LinkedIn, which is kind of a bit unorthodox for people in my industry. Like it's not a creative kind of platform. It's more businessy. But I don't. You know what? Who knows? Maybe there's job opportunities out there. LinkedIn has like the job feature. So I had it, and I got like spam messages. I'm like, all right, spam messages. It's like a resume, but it's Facebook-ish. Then one day, this guy named Nathan contacted me, and I was like, oh crap, it's like another one of those ones. But it actually sounded really genuine. So it's like, think what you said was, hey, I saw your profile and like we're genuinely interested. Do you want to talk? Like, do you want to meet up one day and like just talk?
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, why not? I'm
Yeah.
a bit strapped for cash, you know, maybe it's a few one-off gigs. So I said,
Wait, so how long were you on LinkedIn?
I think I was like on for
At
like
the time.
3 months, but I kind of forgotten that I had that.
Until you got his message.
Because then he was like, no one wanted to meet up with me on the first text.
First text.
So I was like,
That's
okay.
Nathan. Apart from Nathan.
But then also because we had a mutual, which was your cousin Annalie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I did my sort of research on you. As you always do.
I had like no videos on LinkedIn. I'm surprised.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think
I could have been like,
I presented your profile because like, look, he says he does motion graphic. He does video. I showed Julian and Nick. They were like, ooh, okay. But his LinkedIn's empty. So we looked you up on Instagram.
oh, you already did background research
And
on
we
me.
were like, oh, who is this guy? So we looked.
But my
at
Instagram was like not that great
And
either.
I think there was a video. Nathan's like, okay, show me some of his work. And it was a video of, like, I think it was at a marathon run.
Oh no, it was on like a soccer thing. Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
Let me cut it short. Well, I saw that video. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I made it like I was just showing off my new toy. I was like, oh, I got a glide cam. Oh, so wait, why?
Yeah.
So then, what really compelled
think-
you to?
One is that you're young,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess we wanted to work with more younger sort of people.
Yeah.
And then I think at the time we were lacking that creativeness because I'd say me and Julian at the time we knew the business part in terms of what we wanted, but the creative execution was always a challenge for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, we are creative, but when it comes to video, there's to achieve a result. We just had that experience gap, you know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And also because at the time we were buying so much expensive,
all this
Yeah.
high-end
gear.
equipment, and then we thought, well, how come we're spending so much money on the best equipment, but the end product still looks average?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's not just about, and until now, I still strongly believe, and I realize that it's not the equipment you use, but it's the person
Yeah.
who's operating it.
Who's operating.
That was the
Exactly.
main
I
reason.
was telling you, I was using a crappy Canon camera for like a good portion. I only got like a good
Yeah.
camera like 2
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah. Well, okay. So after we messaged, what happened next? I think we.
So we met up. I remember I was like pretty casual because you
Yeah.
said let's meet up at Starbucks or something.
Yeah.
And then you showed up in like a suit, and I was like,
Nah, I wasn't a suit.
No, you were wearing a suit.
Shirt and a
Because you-
blazer. It was a blazer. if
Shirt
you
and
wanna call
blazer.
it.
shirt and
Yeah.
blazer.
Yeah.
It's a bit. It's still.
It's
you
still
know,
a bit formal.
It's a bit
Okay.
formal.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, oh crap, this guy's serious. I'm here in a denim jacket with
Yeah.
thing ripped
Well,
jeans.
well, you know,
I didn't
Marcus-
judge.
Yeah.
I mean,
Marcus, it's a good lesson.
Yeah,
You-
it's a good
Are you
lesson.
serious about getting a job? Are you
Yeah.
serious about what you do? Maybe
Well,
you should
yeah,
start
see,
doing
because
something like that.
I didn't know what kind of people I was. I didn't know you guys were the business. I was like, oh, I'm gonna meet another creative guy, you know, and like we're just gonna vibe, you know. But I was like, oh, this guy's business.
wait. So what's the difference with a creative guy and a business guy?
I can
You
get.
realize that, I guess.
I mean, I can get away with just like. I feel like creative people, they're a little bit more crazy though, and they're just like, you know, I can wear. It's a bit like, some people are a bit more have that ego, you know, and they're like, I can wear a t-shirt and like it's like a like Mark Zuckerberg just wearing a t-shirt and like.
That's what you call business?
Not
nowadays,
business.
or-
No, it's creative.
That's creative.
Like more of like
Yes.
like I'm too good for this. I don't need to present myself. Kind of like
Yeah.
I let my work present itself.
Yeah.
Or my work ethic was like.
Yeah.
Some people really don't care about wearing stuff. So I didn't know who exactly. I kind of sussed your page. I'm like, okay, marketing. I kind of know a few people in marketing, like. But I thought it was like a casual coffee thing, and then you like, yeah. So you intimidated a little bit, but then like, you know, we had a good convo, pretty quick one.
Yeah, it was actually pretty brief.
Yeah,
It was just like
brief.
you know,
And then
you do
what
this,
about
we
the
do
follow-up
this.
meeting?
And I was like, I'm surprised you still didn't. Actually, you did ask for my portfolio in the end, like
yeah,
for my
because you were
actual.
supposed to actually send me it, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
Which you did.
I was not great on Instagram, and I'm still surprised you guys contacted me. Yeah, and then after that, you asked me to pop down to Hallam to meet Julian. So I drove all the way down because it's pretty far for me. And then
everyone.
you guys were working out of your parents' office, so
Yeah.
so it was like really modest, like pretty low key, and I kind of that's when I'm like, okay, these guys are kind of like a startup, like they're new to they're new business.
Which we were. I think we're about
Very new.
Very
9
new.
months old at that
Very
stage.
new.
Yeah.
But you had some pretty good clientele at the time.
Yeah, we did.
Still, so that's when I was pretty impressed, and I'm like, these guys are working out of their parents' office, but like they actually know kind of what they're doing, and that was like I've had people like ask me to join this startup business, and you know they're just rubbish at it.
And you learn about this, and you don't get paid, but you get experience.
Yeah, far out.
Yeah.
I actually did work for a guy for a while. I mean, the only thing I got out of it was a nice billboard on like a highway, still there.
Yeah.
But the mentality was just the guy who owned it. He was just, you know, I've got a business. I'm gonna go on holiday. So I was burned out with startup businesses. I'm like, no, I'm gonna either only do one-off jobs or work for someone who like I know, like they're going places. And that's why I kind of saw in you guys. I'm like,
Okay.
these guys know what they're talking about. They've already got an impressive clientele, even though they're running around with one camera, a few bits and pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
But like maybe the videos weren't there, but like I think like the marketing, you guys just really knew what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, you know what, I want to be part of this. You know, help these guys out. You know, improve. Yeah, and also like work on myself too, upscaling.
Yeah. Okay. What was the biggest learning lesson you've learned from us? I
Big
guess.
learning lessons.
Or just working with us the last couple of months and
Punctuality.
Punctuality is
Our
key.
favorite word, eh?
I'm not.
It's key.
Punctuality is our favorite word.
Punctuality.
Yeah, I was pretty bad the first few weeks, wasn't I?
And you're still not perfect. You still got a way to go. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you've improved a lot, especially a lot from
yeah.
our first impression.
Yeah.
It's just like a
It's
performance
a-
review for the whole
Yeah, and
but-
also and also flipping going through your like meeting those deadlines. Oh man, still a challenge, but like I'm getting better at it, and
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
doing all right with.
No,
deadlines.
we've been. I just say the past few weeks we've just been nailing.
We've just been
Nailing,
nailing it.
yeah.
Nailing it. You know,
So,
from the word that
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, and on top of that, Marcus, like when it comes to deadlines, I think that's the important thing, because with a lot of freelancers that we've worked with or other contractors, I think the media, people from the media side care more about like what you said. Oh, the creativity, my artwork speaks for itself.
Yeah, we're
But-
egotistical people.
Yeah, and then when you look at a business, it's like, mate, I don't care how fucking great you are. I want my shit now because I need to make money.
Yeah.
I think that's why you, at the same time, you need to have that business
Yeah.
sense. At the same time, still
Yeah.
have that creative mind.
And something that like this is I never actualize it, but it's something you said on your Instagram story, which was treat your clients or your employer's business as if it was your own.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I kind of always just did that because I need 100%,
Yeah,
even if it's like.
yeah,
Even if I'm not going to put 100%, I need to make sure
Yeah.
like my 75% is someone else's 100% at
Yeah.
least. So then like,
Yeah.
so sometimes I can be cruising, but I'm still doing better than most people.
Yeah.
But for me,
Yeah.
it's like I never want to, and I've worked with a lot of people, talked with a lot of people who just like, yeah, I'm on a $25 rate, you know, so I give them a $25 job. And it's like, well, what is a $25 job? Like, you just, you know, not nailing focus on your camera or just doing a shit job. Like,
yeah,
so for me, it's like, it's just really just putting my foot, like
Yeah.
really, because I
Yeah.
don't know, like, yeah, if I really, like if I'm not saying this has happened, but like, you pay me a fair bit and I do a really good job for you. You look at me like, yeah, I want to work with this guy. And there we go. Like, I
you
think
go.
it's an investment to me. So that's why sometimes,
100%.
even when I'm working with other people, they might be paying me less than what I usually will get from you guys or some other studio. But
Yeah.
I know that if I do a good job for them, maybe they want to work with me further and then be willing
Yeah.
to pay me what I want.
yeah. You know what? Because imagine saying, "Oh, they pay me $25, so I'll give them a $25
Yeah, it's
product." Well, all right. Well, then you're going to end up You're going to end up having a $25 portfolio,
Yeah.
and you're going to be known as the $25 guy.
Yeah. Might as well just
Mate.
make coffee at a cafe and just work for $25 an hour.
You know,
like-
go do that. But at the same time, you know, if you don't. Man, yeah. And if anyone hasn't seen that video, you got to treat, your client as if it were your own business, because at the same time, if they're paying you X amount,
Yeah.
the value that they see in you is more than that. And they go,
Yeah.
Marcus is the kind of guy who we should keep around. This is the kind of guy that can continue to grow. The kind of guy that I will put under my wing and help him grow with us. And then for you, mate, that's
It's like if you treat it as a once-off.
Yeah.
It'll always be a once-off.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
if you sort of charge them crazy amounts for just a once-off thing,
Yeah.
you might earn that job.
Yeah.
But then again, it'll just be like a one-off thing.
Yeah. And if the client's gonna like say no, I want free work or $100, then don't work with them. Don't.
Yeah, I think having to say
Yeah.
If a guy doesn't appreciate it, Marcus
exactly.
does great work, but stuff
Stuff
Marcus,
him, yeah.
right?
He's just.
Then just
it's
be
just
like-
a video, So
It's
That's not the kind of guy you want to
you
work
don't
for.
want to work. It's just. That's why for me it's like if I find value in the client or with again with you guys when you guys were trying to offer me a job, that's why I kind of like want to stay.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm okay with getting paid X amount or just getting this amount of hours or because you guys weren't giving me that much. It was like just a few hours here and there. I'm like, you know what? I'll dance with you guys.
Yeah. And then you get hours.
Oh, we're getting hours.
Yeah.
A lot of work happening. 2020.
Yeah. All right. That's good. Apart from punctuality, Marcus, and what else? What else have you learned from this whole experience with us?
I think the business side, I always kind of dabbled in business because I knew that it was when I knew that this creative thing had to be a business regardless of
you'd have to be able to monetize your passion.
Because I'm like every other artistic person. I just want to do it for the art. But I know that I need to monetize it somehow. Sell out a little bit, which is not. Yes, some people look down at it.
Marcus, it's not selling.
Yeah, I know.
I hate that word, selling out.
It's just the people I talk that I deal with. They kind of go into that.
Anyone who says sell out.
It's just
means that money's not their priority.
Exactly.
When money's not your priority,
but you had to be smart with it. Especially my parents, seeing that I had to prove to them hey, I can do this. I'm good at it, and I can make money from it. And I managed to do that early on. So they were like, okay, cool, do your thing. And so they haven't bugged me about what I'm doing as a job thing, which is great. First, so what was I? Money, so I was always into the businessy side, and kind of just hearing you guys talk, and just how you deal with your clients, kind of actually just opened my eyes a little bit, because especially some of the things you say, I'll be like, you know what, that makes sense. But business school, because I did one business class, they didn't teach me shit. But just hearing you deal with people, your clients,
it's flattering,
and just talking,
No, go on.
Talking with each other. It's it just kind of gives me that insight of this is how a business runs. Just being in that business environment. Just exposure.
Yeah.
I guess one of the things I want to know is what's your goal from 1 year's
1 year's
time? Yeah.
Well, what's your future aspiration? Put it that way. You want to own your own studio one day? Do you want
Maybe
to
own
continue in real estate media, weddings?
I'll be honest, I don't want to be in weddings or real estate in the future.
Okay.
I kind of want. I'm an ambitious person, so I kind of want to work more films. But as well, I'm opening my eyes to the more new technical technologies in media, like AR, VR. If those things pop off, I kind of want to jump on those. I just want to be able to create a project that everyone will recognize. You can say I'm a little obsessed with legacy a bit.
Great.
Yeah. I want to create something that people know, whether it's a film or it's this product or just something that people will recognize, and something that I'm proud. It's like my child, That's why I started, making those little Lego animations. I was proud of that. I created this. I want to get that on a bigger scale. That's so kind of for me. It's just I'm trying to upscale at the moment. Whether it's skill wise, creativity wise, or even just networking with the right people. Just
Okay, fantastic. Is there any other questions? Anything you want to say, man, while we're in front of the cameras?
Can I plug?
Sure.
Alright. Follow me on Instagram at marcus.z.u, and it's just Marcus Yew on LinkedIn if you want to also contact me. But already with J&B, sorry. Yeah, like.
I think you should mention that you're good at, you know, VFX. You can.
I do a lot of stuff. So I'm currently doing VFX stuff just as a hobby, and just just help friends do their films and stuff. Motion graphics has been a real helpful asset, especially here. Video is my thing. I can do a bit of graphics.
This is your first podcast, Marcus?
I did a radio once.
Oh, you did a radio?
You know Isaac, he used to do a radio, and I did a radio with him, but I was like, I didn't know how to talk. Yeah, I'm trying to treat this more like a conversation. It's working out, I guess.
That's good. It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being here with us today.
No props.
Hope for a good future for all of us. See you later, guys.
See ya.